Habi is a river in its motional state, flooding yearly and bringing all fertility and welfare to Egypt by submerging the land with water. The Nile flood represents the source of the first life or the beginning of creation to the ancient Egyptian. All agricultural activities are based on it. The flood facilitates moving from one place to another and also the transportation of stones during the construction of the pyramids and temples. He appeared in the ancient texts as Habi and in small cases Hebi, and he is not related to Habi, one of the 4 children of Horus. According to the importance of the flood and its value to the ancient Egyptian across the ages, the continuity of life and its ability depend on the annual coming of the flood. That's why the flood was sanctified for the ancient Egyptian and was represented in a human figure. Habi was described as the Lord of the Offerings, and he was mentioned a lot in what's called the Nile chants. He was connected with the dead and his helper in the netherworld, for he stretches his hand for him. In one of the coffin's texts, the dead gets purified by the Nile flood, and that's why the Nile water is presented to the dead as an offering. Amongst the adjectives of Habi is to be called the Great Flood, and that was in the Middle Kingdom's texts. He was also the living flood and the sacred Habi and the flood in the caves. He was also the lord of fish and birds for their connection with the Nile, which is nourished by the flood. He is usually represented in the figure of a man with a full belly and wears a belt or tiger leather. He has long hair and a female breast. Usually there is a bush of papyrus above his head. His skin is usually blue. All these characteristics show the fertility of Habi, which is the fertility of the Nile flood, the source of life in the Nile Valley.